Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Deb back with another video. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you're not new, thank you for watching this video as well. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, and comment on this video. Today's look is this holiday glam, another holiday glam. I really love the Christmas time. I love the holidays, so yeah, that's why we got another holiday look. I think this look is really nice. Got the slick back going, you know, it's giving me a vibe. So yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. Alright, so to start out the look, I'm going to be using a Huda Beauty water jelly primer. Of course, I've been using it a lot lately, so I'm just going to go ahead and rub that all over my skin. I really like this primer. It's very moisturizing and hydrating on my skin. It works good with a lot of my foundations. So for my foundation today, I'm going to be getting into the Born This Way foundation. This is the one right here, and also I'm using the shade Cocoa, I believe it is. I'll put it in the description below. This is a lot darker than my skin, as you will see, but it blends well with my neck. So I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to just go ahead and blend that all over. Alright, so to kind of balance that out, I'm going to be using another foundation. This is the HourGlass Vanish Stick Foundation, the shade Golden Almond. This foundation is really pretty. I think it's a really nice all-over foundation as well. However, I'm just using it to kind of balance out my skin. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that kind of at the highest points of my face. And I'm using that same brush to blend that out as well. Next, I'm going to be getting into my concealer, and of course I'm using the Rare Beauty concealer in the shade 460W, and I'm putting that at the highest points of my face, underneath the eyes, down the bridge of the nose, center of the forehead, above my top lip, and on my chin. And while I'm letting that sit, I'm going to get into the Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Tan. I really love this stuff. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I do, but now I use it pretty much every time I do my makeup, and it's really nice. Very creamy, so it blends well with my foundation. I'm just going to go ahead and place that at the perimeters of my face to make those cheeks look a little bit more snatched and just bring some color and depth back to my face. Alright, so I'm going to continue to let that sit, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend out that Tantour. I'm using the same brush that I use for my foundation, just so I'm not using up a bunch of brushes. Then I don't have to clean a bunch of brushes. So yeah, just go ahead and blend that out. Make sure it's looking real nice. And then I'm going to get into blending out the concealer, and I'm just using a damp beauty sponge to do that. And I'm just going to keep blending back and forth, and I'm also going to go back in with the brush just to make sure the two colors are blended together nicely. now that that's blended out, I'm going to go in with another concealer, and this is the Pat McGrath concealer in the shade MD23. I know this is a lot of makeup and like a lot of steps, so you don't have to do this. You could just use one concealer, but I like to use this one just for a little extra brightness underneath my eyes. So that's what I do. And I'm also going to go ahead and what am I doing? Put in some concealer on my eyelids just so that my eyeshadow has a nice base. And then once I'm done blending that out, I'll go ahead and blend out the under eye. Okay, now I'm just gonna go ahead and set my face, which is kind of one of my favorite parts of doing my makeup. I'm using the Huda Beauty setting powder, of course, in the shade Kunafa, and the darker one that I'm gonna use is in the shade Cinnamon Bun. I will show them at some point. I just forgot to do it in the beginning, so I just held them up so you guys could see them. Yep, there they are. And I'm gonna use a big fluffy brush for the deeper shade, and I'm just gonna set my entire face. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and do my bronzer, and I'm actually mixing it with this contour shade right here. Okay, if I could get it open. And this is the Sephora Pro Face Palette in Deep, and I'm mixing that with the Huda Beauty, just kidding. I'm mixing that with the Fenty Beauty Mocha Mami, and I'm just blending that in. I did want a little bit more of a snatched look, so I went with the darker shade, more of a contour shade. Okay, so now it's time to get into the eyes, and I'm using this Milk Cosmetics Rust palette. This is a really, really beautiful palette. You can get a bunch of different looks out of this. So I'm going to start with this shade right here, and this is one of those shades that you're not really going to see the color show up. Definitely not on my skin tone, but it's going to help the rest of the eyeshadows blend really well. So I'm using a nice fluffy brush to do this. Just placing the color all over the crease, all over the lid, just all over the eye, so that when we get into the deeper shades, we're not having a hard time to get the eyeshadow to blend. All right, so I'm using a smaller brush so we can start building up some depth into the eyes, and I'm going right on the inner corner. Just make sure I'm blending back and forth, and I'm gonna take that color a little bit into my crease, but not too far. This one we can actually blend pretty easily because it's just a nice brown shade. It's not like too far from our skin tone color or my skin tone color. So yeah, just go ahead and blend that in. And I'm just pulling that color out, and I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of the colors that I'm going to be using. All right, so next is this color right here. This is another deeper color. We're gonna use the same brush, and we're pretty much putting this color in the same place, just bringing it a little bit lower so we're not taking it up as high, but we're going to continue to pull that color out and blend it into the crease. Make sure we're getting by the lash line and just blend it in towards the eye so that the eyelid color can gradually blend into that one. I am raising my eyebrows because my eyes are hooded, so I like to make sure I have the color at a good placement, and that also when I'm looking straight on you can see the eyeshadow color and I'm not just wasting my time doing this and then you're not able to see it. I'm just going back with my blending brush. I haven't added any extra product. I'm just blending out the edges just so I don't have to do it all at the end, making it easier for myself. Doing that on both eyes. So yeah, just make sure it looks seamless and nice and blended. All right, next I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of concealer on my eyelids. We're not really doing a cut crease or anything. I just want to lighten up that area just because we were already sweeping eyeshadow in there, and we're going to put a lighter color in there, and I just want to make sure that it has a nice base and it will be able to show up on my eyes. So I'm just blending that out. As you can see, I didn't like carve out the crease or anything, so yeah, really simple for this part. I'm gonna go in with these two light shades here. I did mix them because that white shade is just a little bit too light for me, so I just mixed it with that pink one just to tone it down a bit, but I still wanted it to be bright, so the colors were perfect when I mixed them together. And I'm just patting that on with this flat synthetic brush. All right, so for my bottom lash line, I'm going to take this really tiny brush in that orange, burnt orange color right there, and I'm just going along my bottom lash line. I don't believe I brought the color in too far. I think I just kept it on the outer corner of my eye and just blended it nicely. All right, next I'm going to get into lining my eyes. I'm going to use this Makeup Forever multi-use pencil in the shade Boundless Bisque, and I'm using this just to open up my eyes a little bit more. It is very light, so be careful with this color, and just go ahead and line my waterline. All right, so for my lashes, I'm going to be using Benefit's They're Real and also Pat McGrath's Dark Star Mascara. I didn't show it, but I put a lot of coats of mascara on. So then I'm just going to go ahead and do my blush, and I'm using a blush from that Sephora palette, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that on my cheeks. All right, so after I'm done this step, I'm going to go ahead and start to line my lips, and I'm going to be using MAC's chestnut lip liner, of course. And then I'm going to go in with the OG red lipstick, Ruby Woo by MAC. I feel like this lipstick is just never going to get old. It's definitely bomb. Still my favorite red lip. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this color on. And that is the final look. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up and put my earrings and everything on, and I'll be right back to close out the video. Alright, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave me a comment down below, subscribe to my channel, like the video, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.